Hey, good morning. Ryan Nichols, Operations Chief for the Southeast Washington Type 3 Incident Management Team 1. For those that have been here for 1-2 days, 1-2 hours, whatever, appreciate your efforts that you put in the previous shifts. For those that are new to us this morning, welcome. And we'll get you to work today, and probably for several days to come. I mentioned it yesterday during the briefing. Understand that it's now mid-August. This is probably not your first roll. My definitive guess is that it won't be your last of the season, but it is your current. And so with that, new landscape out there for you if you're just coming in, and therefore need to have that extra focus on what's going on to gain that SA, because it is the current assignment. Understand that there might be other things going on in life, and with family, long season away from home, but the focus on this one to maintain the safety of all those folks around us is our number one priority as a team. Beyond that, our priority is to support you. So if you do have any questions about the mission at hand or any needs as we work through the next couple of days, I'm probably the easiest avenue through your divisions to get that message back to the team, so please do not hesitate. As we work on into operations as to what's happened the last couple of days, and then into what the plan is for today. Fire started up here in the Shady Pass area, burned into a significant portion of the 25-mile creek drainage bottom, in and around a bunch of structures down in there, and that has been the number one priority for the last couple of days as we've continued to allocate resources to formulate that plan for the box to put this thing to bed in the future here. That's starting to wrap up down in there. They're transitioning to a mop up, and we're trying to move our focuses around. Coming out of drop point 10, which is the Alpha Zulu break, working clockwise. The fire's continuing to basically turn the corner from the east-west component of the lake to the north-south component as we bend around there. One of the things that changes for us is as we move around that corner is the wind effect. We've been fairly shadowed as we're in that 25-mile creek drainage bowl down in there. Not a whole lot of wind effect down at the bottom. But as we bend around that corner, we're gonna see some increased winds and activity. We do have a substantial amount of evacuation notices as we work down the Lakeshore Drive. So make sure that you're watching for traffic. We may have folks trying to get out of the area because of those evacuation notices. And they haven't completely been fully put in place. Sheriff started implementing last night. It's a long process of walking door to door, knocking, and notifying folks of what's going on. So, just make sure that you're diligent in watching for that safety aspect as you work in through that, basically past the first creek drainage. Keep working around in Division Alpha towards Division Delta. Yesterday I made a substantial run, chunked out this area right here on the map. You can still retain some heat down in these drainages at the south end. That happened about 10 o'clock in the morning yesterday, so fire activity picked up fairly early, made a fairly substantial run, and really embedded itself down in some of those drainage bottoms. Really do anticipate the same thing happening down further to the south. Slop over into the next drainage over, blow that one out in the day, and spot over to the next one, and it will probably keep chewing across down to the west along to the north of the Slide Ridge Road. The Slide Ridge Road, as we move along down into Delta, is our primary holding line at this point in time. But haven't had the ability to get any equipment on it as of yet. So today's focus is going to be getting folks into this Division Golf, Division Tango up, or Division Delta, Division Golf upper area here to really get in there and start putting some work on the ground to put those containment lines in place. Punched in a decent dozer line out over here in Division Delta yesterday that we'll be finishing up early on this morning. and that's really a holding line as the fire establishes itself and starts moving down lake along the eastern perimeter. So priority to tie that in will be top this morning. As we work over into G along the Devil's Backbone, again, no work out there yesterday, scouting by division, and that's all the resources on the ground. Get some folks in there today for some light saw work and just trail improvement as we work back to the northwest towards drop point 50. It is tight in there. It is a walking trail. It's called Devil's Backbone for a reason. It's probably about like this. So make sure that those folks that are working in there are real safe and have the equipment that they need to complete the mission appropriately. Working over to drop point 50, the Golf Tango break. Tango working a lot with Yankee as a plan for tying in some roads and with some dozer line and hand line from the Grouse Mountain over to the Junior Point and down in looking at the south side of the Darby drainage. So again, no resources on the ground for the most part yesterday, but had a chance to get up in the air and look at it and then ground through some things later on in the day to come up with a plan. And I think we have at least an idea of what the work assignments are going to be in there today, and we'll start feeding them some resources. As we move to the north of Grouse Mountain down back towards the lake, that's checked up with retardant in there really well. Done a little bit of firing to clean up some pockets and continuing to punch some hand line back in behind that retardant to hold it in check. So that's a rundown of the incident. The one kind of couple critical pieces that we're missing out there that the team is working through, mainly for your safety, is getting a couple additional line safety officers out there, and as well as some line medics. So kind of a shortage on both those items throughout the GAC, but we're pulling what strings we can to get those folks out on the ground. Ground transport ambulance will be able to come into DP 10, 20, and 30. So make sure that we identify any kind of evac to those points for ground transport as needed. Beyond that, let's plan on not having to use any of that and, have a productive shift out there. Don't hesitate to let me know if you have any needs, and have a great day. Thank you.
Good morning. Don Fortier Safety. Nice night last night. Hope everybody got good rest. That's really important because every day on a fire is a big day. So make sure your crews are getting well rested. And if there's anything we can do to help you, let us know. The risks out there are a lot of the same. Driving is a big part of it. Narrow roads. We got a lot of people that get out and walk and run in the morning, so please, as you're driving up to the fire and back, watch out for those folks because there's a bunch of them out there. We don't have a line medic yet, and we don't have a transport unit up there, so identify your EMTs and your EMS personnel on your division, so if you do have an incident, we can get to them and follow your 8 line. It's the back page of your IAP. And trees continue to fall, so make sure you mark them and identify them, and if we can, get a follower in there to take care of them. Other than that, make sure you get your LCES, your lookout communications, escape routes, and safety zones. Identify those early this morning, and have a safe shift, and we'll see you back here this evening. Thank you.
Good morning, Dan Lennon, Logistics with the Type 3 team. So, first off, great job separating tents and tires. They don't mix well. So if you'll just keep the tents over here in the grassy area, keep the vehicles away out around the perimeters, okay? Nice horseshoe drive through here. There's another exit down there. If we can enter up here, exit down there. It's not signed yet. I figured if I just tell you, we don't have to sign it all up. Not a lot of ground support yet. Dumpsters back there. Don't have a lot of garbage cans around, so if you don't mind just hauling your garbage bags and throwing them into the dumpster back in the back. Gonna try to get porta potties out to the line this morning. Breakfast just arrived. Sack lunches are gonna be right after, right over there as well. Some batteries over there. I think they're doing some cloning over there. I don't know if we got a reclone today or not, but it'll be right over there underneath the covered porch there. That's it for me. Thanks, everybody.
Good morning. My name is Paul Willard. So I'll be the agency rep for the next 5 days. A couple quick things. We will have another read assigned to the fire. Bridget Randy, she's around. And then just want to thank folks for being flexible. A lot of different, sometimes you're doing something maybe twice, and that's just the way it goes. As far as that South Shore Road goes, there are lots of people, but the three things we watch out for there all the time are rocks, deer, and runners. So there's that rock slide, so watch out. One day it'll be clear, and the next day it'll be full of rocks, so watch out for that. And I just want to thank folks today. Saw a lot of masks here in camp, and that's good. So support the mask when you're supposed to. We appreciate that, and just have a good shift. Thanks.
Hey, Mariah Mayfield, Resource Advisor based here on the district. Yesterday, driving back on the Lakeshore Drive, I saw a bear going through people's trash cans, and as cool as it is to see a bear, it just reminded me, like Logistics was saying, let's take care of our trash so that we don't have those problems, especially as we expand our footprint and develop more drop points. We probably don't have dumpsters out at those right now, so pack your trash out, leave it better than you left it, and just make sure there's lunches and food scraps that somebody's taking care of it at the end of the day. Also, if anybody has had eyes on the Lone Peak Seed Orchard, kind of in this general area, I'd like some intel on it to see how it's fared so far. So, thanks.
Brandon Asher, Assistant Fire Chief here at Chelan Fire and Rescue. Again, thank you everybody for coming to our valley here and doing what you're doing out there. Our social media, we're the ones that get the phone calls, and it's just been nothing but praise for everything you guys have been doing. Everybody really appreciates the information that's getting out. We got a whole group of Chelan firefighters out there. A lot of us are EMTs, so with this medical shortage going on, you do have local people who can get to you quick that know the area if that need arises. And then, since everybody's here, I just had one thing. Somebody brought to me a really nice coaxial line pack and a shovel yesterday morning. We haven't been able to figure out whose it is, so I have that. I'll give it to the management team, and if one of the members on your crew is missing their pack, we have it. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, thanks. Appreciate that. It's the little things that matter. Yeah, if you're missing your stuff, don't be shy. We want to make sure you got your PPE out there. That stuff is important. And just a couple more things to share. A Type 1 team was ordered. They're going to be coming in here in the next couple of days. And as soon as they arrive, you'll see more folks out there. We want to get them engaged sooner than later. And then if everything goes as planned, they'll be taking over this fire Friday, I'll say, potentially even Saturday. But we're here. I think it's been said by operations and logs, anything that we can do to support you, let us know. But I will ask for you to be patient as well. Logs is literally working around the clock to make sure that we're getting what you need. So again, I'll say just make sure you have a good understanding of what's being asked of you right before you head out there. Have a good plan. I know we throw LCS out there because it's part of that checklist, but make sure even your first year firefighter knows what that plan is. Obviously, we don't want to get anybody hurt just because of the lack of understanding of what is it that we're asking you to do. The terrain hasn't changed, but again, mitigate those things, right? Ask those questions. That stuff is important to me. And then the last thing I'll say, and I just said it a little bit ago, is the little things that go a long ways. I truly appreciate the folks that were up at First Creek yesterday, taking the time to talk to those landowners and explain to them where we're at. That stuff goes a long ways. So with that, stay safe and have a great day.